Today I'm speaking with Dave Snyder. Dave's case, People v. Snyder, is at the Michigan Supreme Court on the appeal that I wrote while we were both incarcerated at St. Louis. I can't stress the importance of Dave's case. The Michigan Supreme Court currently isn't bound by the federal holding that SORA is punitive and can't be retroactively applied. The Michigan Supreme Court is using Dave's case to decide whether it will adopt the federal holding that SORA is punitive and can't be retroactively applied to anyone. This decision could rescue tens of thousands from being forever branded a moral leper with no individual assessment and there's no appeal. As I've said before, many SORA registrants have committed no crime since the 20th century. A good decision in Dave's case will give all of them their life back. So Dave, tell the viewers about your case.
Well, I started a job working for a Chippewa cab. 2 days into it, an anonymous tip came to the state police that I didn't register my employment. And I was arrested and got 2 years to 15. Went through trial. Got 2 to 15 for failure to register my employment.
We were both at Jackson Prison when you got paroled. After years of watching, it seemed to me like the parole board only paroled people that they knew would be back. I think they do this to inflate their recidivism rates. When I did a prisoner's legal case, I got to know their personal story. Sometimes I'd turn people away who I thought couldn't wait to get out there and hurt someone. But when you got your parole, I really thought you were through.
After I got arrested and got sent back to the prison, I was hoping to get back to Jackson, where you were at. And I didn't. I got sent to St. Louis, and it was like not even 10 minutes on the yard. I seen you on the yard, where the guard was taking your gloves for doing push-ups on the yard.
Yeah, they treated you like a terrorist there for wearing leather gloves on the yard. Don't even think about sparring. So you got PV'd with new SORA charges. We had a few weeks to prepare for trial, and they appointed you a lawyer who all he wanted to do was get you to plead guilty. But you had the balls to represent yourself, so we held mock hearings out on the yard, and it got to a point to where you didn't have to hold up any paper, you just knew what to say. So the trial began. What happened?
They screwed me over. They wouldn't let me represent myself, as we both know, but not before we raised the defenses that me and you practiced on the yard. And then you wrote the appeal, and it went to the Supreme Court now, and I've been there since.
While your appeal was crawling through the appellate courts, literally for years, I maxed out and you got another parole. What happened then?
The time when I paroled out, the only job I could get was at a chicken factory, picking up dead chickens out of the pens. So I decided to go to truck driving school to better my life. And when my PO found out I signed up for it, she was dead set against it.
So your PO sent you back to prison because you wanted to earn a living as a truck driver instead of cleaning up dead chickens. I still think we got the best system in the world, but it's bureaucrats like that are mucking it up. So there you were last year back in prison, having committed no crime. Then one day in October your life changed. What happened?
Monday morning I got a pass to go up front. And there was 2 other people up front. In the case Snyder versus Doe, got all 3 of us. They said our charges was dropped, and they released us back out on parole.
Then the Supreme Court announced they'd hold hearings in your appeal. They appointed counsel,
who you've talked to already, and there's other lawyers involved.
The 3 of us, you, your appointed lawyer, and me, met at a diner in Ithaca last Monday morning. I can tell you I have great confidence in her, and you know it's rare for me to say anything like that about a lawyer. She was a staff attorney in the Doe versus Snyder case that turned SORA on its head. She suggested a strategy that at first I wasn't comfortable with, but she was able to convince me it made good sense. With this in mind, I've decided to post our legal forms, documents, and instructions at no charge. Go to honorstore.com and download your free form. Thanks, Dave. A special shout out to Mr. Strom for his recent $500 donation and to Mr. Moynihan for his $50 monthly donation. Thanks to everyone that's been helping our cause. We use this money to get the word out to defeat this horrible, unconstitutional Orwellian scheme. They're just practicing for what they hope will someday be their gun registry. And then maybe perhaps the healthcare registry. And who knows what kind of registry they'll dream up next to capture you. Do you really think they don't want to register you someday too? I'd like to see this platform get stronger, but it takes a lot of money to get this up and running and keep it running. We need everybody's help so we can defeat the fascists who want to see everybody on a registry someday.